Hi, I'm Pat McMahon, and this is that new segment that you may have heard about on KTAR.com called Pat's Portraits, as I introduce you to fascinating people who have remarkable stories to tell. And in this case, the pressure is on. Monica Lindstrom in private practice as an attorney here in the Valley. And one of the remarkable stories that's gone on in the world of law has been Amanda Knox and the criticism of the Italian legal system.
Yes.
Is it fair? Is that just?
Well, most people like to think that at least it ended in a just result. A lot of people thought that the prosecutor was so overzealous and just kind of made this almost personal to him that it was not fair and it was unjust. And that's why the appellate court basically reversed it, and she's now home in Seattle.
But you'll have to acknowledge that in your career as an attorney, defense and prosecuting?
Yep, done both.
That probably it isn't the first time that you have heard a justice system criticized like ours. People say consistently the American justice system isn't just, in fact, it sucks.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, and it's sad. There's never going to be a time when both sides of a case or of a story are going to be happy with the result. Very seldom does that ever happen. So in the criminal world, when you get a conviction, the defense is going to say, that's awful, it's not fair, this didn't happen, or I shouldn't get this kind of punishment. The victims or the prosecutor are going to say, well, you know, we didn't get everything we wanted, it wasn't fair, or if the jury comes back with a not guilty verdict, the prosecution isn't going to like it. So there's always going to be the sides that believe that it's unjust. And you see that a lot in the civil world, where just one private party is suing another party. No one, in my experience, I have never seen a civil case that results in both sides being happy, or even one side, the winner, being happy.
Yeah, but usually isn't the person who's unhappy either poor or a minority?
No, I wouldn't say that, because even rich people that have a lot of money to spend and they lose, they don't want to spend their money either, so they're unhappy.
But don't you believe that there's a dual system of justice here?
Yes.
For the haves and the have-nots? No matter what color you are, if you
Absolutely.
happen to be brown or black and poor, you don't have as good a chance as the white guy from Beverly Hills.
Absolutely, because the resources that are available to you are very limited, because you don't have the funds to go out and find that stellar attorney that has all this experience and this clout and this scary reputation. You don't have the money to find the expert witnesses or the other people that could help your case. You're stuck with what the government basically is willing to give you. And so absolutely, there is a dual system.
How do you respond to people, though, who say, how dare you, as a defense attorney, defend somebody that is clearly guilty?
You know what? Most of my clients are clearly guilty, but I choose to do the types of cases that are, say, DUIs or some simple assaults or possession of drug cases. I choose not to take those morally reprehensible cases, the child molestation cases, the rape cases, the murder cases. In those situations, I could definitely understand why someone would say to me, how can you do that? But I choose to take the different kinds of cases, and quite honestly, most clients that come to me are guilty. So it's my job not to get them off, even though that would be the best result for them. My job is to make sure that they get the best treatment I possibly can for them.
But isn't it morally reprehensible, not necessarily the Monica Lindstrom practice, because I don't know how many DUIs you have or how many innocent while driving drunk cases there have been. But the guys that are on television who are consistently saying, hey, by the way, if you happen to be a booze hound and you're driving around a lot, we may be able to get you off.
Yeah, that is something that is said a lot, and I caution people when they see those types of commercials or they read those types of advertisements, because it's very difficult with the DUI cases and with some of the simple drug cases to say we can get you completely off. I mean, that has happened, and it can happen if the cops screw up or the instruments that tabulate the blood or the urine are not calibrated correctly or not working properly, but in the majority of cases, they're not getting off.
Okay, listen. This is all the time we have, but in 30 seconds, have you ever tried a case and won a case that you regretted?
No. Sorry, that was the short answer.
Even later on when you found out that the person was guilty again?
No, there's I don't have any regrets about being a prosecutor. Some of the cases I've had as a defense attorney, I did not like the way they turned out, but I at least know in my heart that I did everything I possibly could as their attorney to try to get the best result for them.
A portrait of Monica Lindstrom, attorney here in the Valley of the Sun, and the stories that go along with being not just an attorney, but being both a defense attorney and a prosecuting attorney and a woman. This is Pat McMahon on KTAR.com.